Welcome back and good morning. We are live this morning for your LiveWell viewing pleasure at Total Woman Fitness. We are located on Truxton Avenue. This is Liposa. She's the owner, she's the trainer, she is everything inspirational and motivational, and we are thrilled that she's invited us back in here today because we brought in a lot of camera equipment and a lot of noise.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
So
excitement.
Isn't it fun? So this morning we wanted to talk about calories. We all know that we are coming up on the holidays and everything that you eat
Matters.
More so because there's more of it and it's got sugar and all the good stuff, bad stuff. So we want to talk about calories and some of the misconceptions that go along with burning them and the importance of burning them.
Well, there's a lot of misconceptions about calories. Calories in, calories out is a little bit of a fallacy, although it still matters that we burn calories a lot. But one of the biggest misconceptions about working out and about calories is how many we burn. And we are led to believe some of this stuff by
fitness magazines, the internet.
Or advertising going, 900 calories in 30 minutes. Sorry.
I read something last night that said I could vacuum and burn 500 calories. I laughed out loud. Okay, my rug is dirty, but it's not that dirty.
Let's hope not. And I probably had to be the vacuum cleaner salesman telling you that. Because you see, I'll be the first to tell you, exercise is so beneficial and it burns calories, which is important. But the inflated amount of calories that we're told we burn goes at a negative, because then you have this idea that you came in the gym, you burned 1,500 calories because you did an hour and a half because, you're going to burn 930 minutes or whatever. And you leave thinking you got carte blanche to do whatever. How many times I've heard the statement, oh, good, I can go do whatever I want now. I was like, well, that's just, go negate everything. And really, in truth, in an hour's workout, normal, especially women, normal-sized women, even heavier women, are going to burn 400 to no more than 800 calories in a really good hour workout.
And I can stop at a drive-thru and drink that in a warm beverage before I even get back to my house.
Absolutely. And pushing it all the way up to 800 or 900 calories would mean you worked at your hardest for the whole entire hour. No warm-up, no cool-down, no break, so mostly we're just not going to burn that many calories. We're going to burn 400 to 500, maybe 600 in an hour's workout. And if you burn more than that, great. And you can increase your calorie burn, which is what we're going to talk about here in a second as we torture our lovely assistant, Linda.
Wouldn't you know it? I wore the wrong shoes today to get on the treadmill.
No, I know. You and Lisa were really smart today.
Oh, Lisa Kimball's going to wear workout clothes.
So, we have this idea of a treadmill, and people that run outside or walk outside or exercise outside think, oh, I could never run on a treadmill for an hour. Well, you don't have to. The correct way to use a treadmill is not to come here, put it on a certain thing, run for an hour,
zone out,
bored to death, read a book.
I'm so guilty of that. Yeah.
Whatever. And then you probably burn 300 calories or so, if that. So what we want to do is use a treadmill to keep it interesting, to burn more calories from fat, and not to beat your body up. Because running, even though I running is a very brutal activity. So we can decrease the brutality of the impact by adding incline. So Linda, why don't you go ahead and take that up to 5 for us?
It's on 5.
Yeah, push 5 right there.
It's already on it.
Linda's already on 5. Linda. So at 5, you may not be running the same speed you would run if you had it down at 0 or 3. Another thing about a treadmill, any treadmill, when you get on a treadmill and it's on 0, it's like you're going downhill, because the belt's actually assisting your feet. So I would suggest anyone, when the minute they get on a treadmill, put it at incline 1 or 2. That at least takes it where you're working the same as you would be on ground. Okay, now, in order to increase the intensity here and increase the heart rate without having to add a lot of impact, we're going to take Linda up to 10.
And the great thing about the computerized workout equipment nowadays is it's really simple. It's almost foolproof.
So simple, so simple. And these are incline trainers. Now, I will admit, these go up to 30%. Most treadmills only go to 15. And
that's hiking. That's hiking.
It's definitely hiking. And so it's really great. We've been seeing some great results with some ladies doing this, taking them above 15%. And we're going to get Linda there in just a second. But the key is we get on a treadmill and we think about running on a treadmill. Think about changing it up, alternating it. Like what we'll do is I'll take them up to 15% for 30 seconds. Okay, go back to 5%. Recover. Jog it out.
And you're talking about a specialized class that you have.
I do it as a specialized class, but anyone can take these principles and do it on their own. One of my things is when I get on a treadmill to train myself, I have a rule that I change something every 30 seconds. And there are higher, lower, faster, slower, hold on, let go. So Linda, go ahead and take that up to 15% and don't change your speed, so you're going to need to hold on. So holding on is a little bit of recovery. Now, if she was going to let go, she's going to have to lower the speed a little bit. So what I would do is for 30 seconds, I would maintain this because I think in the theory, most of us can say we can do anything for 30 seconds.
Do anything for 30 seconds.
So even if it gets a little bit too high or like, oh my gosh, this is really hard, I can do it for 30 seconds. And then you have permission to lower it down. And then again, after 30 seconds, I have to change something. So I'm not going to get too low for too long because I've got my little rule that after 30 seconds, I have to change something, which then would be maybe taking it up a little bit more. Okay, so Linda, go ahead and take that down to 0, which we've already, the incline, down to 0, which we've already discussed is almost like going downhill, right?
Yes.
So she's been up there high. Now she's going to go down to 0. She's going to need to speed up her speed. So Linda, go ahead and speed up for us.
I'd like to ask, what is this just constant change? What does it do for your body? Obviously, you're in great shape. You've been doing this. This isn't your first time on a treadmill. So how do you feel? How's it make you feel?
It feels great. These are new treadmills. They're really fun to work with, and Lee's right. When you put it on that incline, you feel that immediately. Here, your glutes. I feel my breath changing. You know, it's just a harder workout. So, yeah, it's great.
Do you find yourself liking this type of a workout? Do you do this a couple times a week?
I don't do this a lot, but it's a great alternative. If the class is full or I'm late for a class or whatever, it's great. Hop on the treadmill and go.
Great all-over kind of workout. Very good.
Now that you've recovered a little bit, let's take your incline up to 25. And she's going to need to slow down as she does this. And what she said was so important, she could feel her breath change. She could feel everything change. And yet you're not running and beating up it hard. And
The bad on the knees and the hips.
and the hips, yeah. And also she said something important. You immediately feel it in the glutes and the hamstrings. So what we're doing is when we're going low and we're running, we're getting the quads and we're getting the calves and everything like we do normally running. Then we raise the elevation, we're getting the glutes and the hamstrings activated. And we're really drawing from, everyone will love this, stored fat.
My favorite place to draw from.
Draw it.
And I have quite a reserve, so there's that.
Most of us unfortunately do. Okay, so now Linda, going up to 30. Let's see what 30 feels like. Now this is really high, if you guys can see this.
Whoa.
Said Lisa, this is like hiking.
Is there something that would keep me from falling off of this?
Well, yeah, hang on. And now what she's going to do is lower her speed. So that's what a point I really want to make. When you're on a treadmill, it doesn't have to be all about speed. When you're doing incline, I guarantee you her heart rate will be as high now as it was going 3 miles an hour faster at a lower elevation. But we're activating different muscles, mixing it up. The body's not getting used to this steady state and saying, I don't really have anything to respond to. I've done this for 5 years. Just, you know.
I'm amazed. I've never seen a treadmill quite like this.
It's new. Yeah, this is a great machine. Yeah.
And what else can it do? I mean, it tracks all kinds of things up there.
It does. It tracks everything.
Video on here where you can do trails in Hawaii. You can run on roads in Hawaii and do all kinds of great things. It's really a lot of fun.
Okay, Linda, go ahead and take your incline down to 10. I'll relieve you a little bit there. And what's really funny now is how low 10 will feel, right? When you've been at 30 and you go down to 10, it's like, oh my gosh, this is like going downhill.
Well, let's talk about hydrating because I was gonna say I don't see the water bottle, but I know it's not far,
Hydration's very important.
and not with the higher calorie sports drinks.
Water is going to be your best source. It really is. And as far as you go into electrolytes and all that kind of thing, I would prefer coconut water. Coconut water has a lot of great qualities and it's got the electrolytes you need. You may have to get used to the taste. Some people like it immediately, some people don't. But all the processed ones, we go back to the processed food. It's got fructose, sucrose, this and that, maybe
Rum.
fructose.
Oh.
Yeah. That's for after the workout, Lisa. But you do want to stay well hydrated. And like I said, when she's up at 30, and Linda, if you want to go down a little bit, you can. When she's up at 30 and working as hard, even though she's not running, she's going to be sweating bullets. I taught a class last night where there was just, everybody's going, I cannot believe how much I'm sweating. And I really didn't have them running very much. I had them mostly doing the incline training. And then we take a break, go down to run for a second, and then it feels kind of good. It's like, wow, I get to run. So
What do we watch for? How do we know when we've overdone it? Because I have that tendency. I won't work out for 2 months, then I'll go and I'll hit it hard for 10 days.
that is
Makes
a
no
really,
sense.
really good point. You do want to be sore. We know that that's a good thing, but you don't want to be so sore you can't move. You don't want to be so sore you regret the next workout. And you want to let your body adjust because you can really cause injury by pushing it too far too fast. I recommend when someone's been out for a little while, come back and be reasonable. Give yourself a 20-minute workout. Don't push it for all you're worth. one of the things I do in my outdoor training, we do an outdoor training class here Monday and Wednesday nights at 5:30. It is co-ed, by the way, guys. And we go out, and I have all different levels, running and walking and all that. I have a whistle, and we go in different directions. I whistle them back. And one of the funny things is I'm really out there to almost make them slow down in the beginning rather than motivate them to go. Because everybody wants to get out the gate, go, go, go. And I'm like, whoa, 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 we got to warm up. We're warming up here. So always remember that you want to warm your body up. Give it 5 to 10 minutes to warm up before you really push it.
And that's something else I want to ask you. I think one of the biggest problems that I'm having is just every time you look at social media, every time you go online, it's all these newest and greatest. Don't warm up anymore. Incorporate that into your workout. What do you suggest for especially those of us who are just trying to get easing back into it?
There is a little bit of truth to that. It's just misconstrued. What you do want to do is warm up, but you can incorporate it in your workout. In that, let's say I put Linda on the treadmill. I'm not going to go make her do this to warm up. I'm going to get her on the treadmill, start her walking at 2 miles an hour at maybe a 1 or 2 incline, speed it up a little bit, speed it up a little bit. Then when she's really good and warmed up, after usually 5 to 7 minutes, you can start picking it up a little bit more. But when you're warming up relative to your sport, let's say running, she's actually walking. When you're walking to warm up, you're warming up the hip flexors, you're warming up the glutes. So you want to go through this. You don't have to stop and stretch and call that a warm up.
Great advice, as always. So good to see you. Thank you. You're a great sport.
Thank you, Lisa.
And will I look like her if I get on this treadmill?
Yeah.
Okay, that does it. You're not going to get rid of me now. Lee, thank you so much for opening up your doors, your gym to us, sharing all the great information as we head into the holiday season. Thanks to all of our guests today. Great live show here from Total Woman Fitness. We're going to be back next week in our Dignity Health studio. We're going to talk about things like financial planning, flu prevention, visit with a local couple who tackled weight loss head on. I love stories like that. It's a group effort, I always say. They had some remarkable results. We'll be sharing that with you. Until then, see ya. Remember to live well.